And welcome everyone to the channel. This is Kevin Tate with Learn a Trade, formerly known as LAT Commercial Equipment Repair. Today I'd like to go over a Bunn Ultra NX Slushy machine repair. In this video I will go over the replacement of a control board and a refrigeration coil on a Bunn Ultra NX Slushy machine. But first I'd like to send a shout out to one of the newest members to the channel, Alex Mills. Alex Mills, welcome to the channel. I thank you for your support and I appreciate you joining. And for those out there that are interested, feel free to click on to the join button in order to find out more about joining the channel and the different benefits that or perks that we have available if you join as a member and support the channel. It supports this channel greatly to enable me to continue to feature these videos, and I really do appreciate those who have supported the channel, who have supported the website as well. I appreciate you all and thank you very much. And again, welcome to the channel, Alex Mills. So what we're going to be getting into today is Bunn Ultra NX Slushy machine repair. This is a fairly new system that the Bunn has put out there into the market. This system works off of R290, so propane refrigerant that they're using on these systems now. So on this particular case, we have a Bunn Ultra unit, as you can see, the left side hopper right here. You can kind of follow my cursor as I go. I kind of use the cursor to point at some particular areas if you're new to the channel. And as you can see, the right side hopper is freezing down fine. The left side hopper is not freezing. Just to give you a little background on this, the refrigeration coil for this left side hopper, it burned out and it damaged the coil. The coil burned out and became damaged. So that's in need of replacement. Now, there is a reason why that coil got damaged and burned out was because the control board, which is located behind this yellow panel back here where you see frazzle, the control board is located back here, and that control board was sending 120 volts continuously to the coil, to the refrigeration coil, and in turn that continued voltage going to that coil caused it to expand and damage. So it's no longer able to open up the refrigeration coil to pull that coil up in order to allow the refrigerant to flow through the evaporator tubes. So what I'll be doing today with these still shots I took just of the process of replacing that control board, some programming steps after you get the new control board installed, some programming steps that you could take to punch in the part number of the machine and the serial number and stuff like that. And I will go through that process as we go. So as you can see here, this is the part number for the control board, CBA kit, Ultra NX main board. Okay, this is the part number there if you'd like to copy that down. For those, just to show you, I'll put it on the screen also. You can see that on the bottom of the screen there. That's the part numbers for the refrigeration coil and the part number for the main board. So I'll leave those up on the screen for you if you'd like to get those down later. And here we have the front display of the NX unit. Both sides I have off right now. See if you can see that a little better. Both sides are off. Okay. For those of you that aren't familiar with the Ultra NX units or the Ultra 2s, um, just to go over the display pad, the touchpad a little bit. This is your power button right here, your on-off switch. This is your auger motor switch. This is your off, defrost, freeze, and chill button. So it does all of those functions. And then up here, there's actually three hidden buttons uh, right up here underneath the display. One of them you can't see because the dispense arm is in the way, but it's ultra, gourmet, and then there's another button on the right side there, which you'll see as I go through the clips. You'll be able to see it. Right over here is the other one, ice. So right here, I'm just showing that I'm turning off the machine completely off with that power button. So the machine's off and unplugged as well. And back here, I'm just showing you this is how you would access the refrigeration coils. You would remove these there's four screws in this panel. You remove those four screws and then the panel will pull out towards you. And then you can set that aside and then you will have access to the refrigeration coils. And with that panel off, this is your refrigeration coils right here. You see the cursor? That's these two right here. This is your right refrigeration coil. This will be your left refrigeration coil. Um, Only because if you're facing the machine, that would be considered your right and your okay. Um, so right now I'm facing it from the rear, but these are your terminals. You have two terminals for each coil, and to remove that coil, you can remove this nut right on top in the top bracket. Remove that nut, and then remove this C ring right here. You can remove that C ring, and then uh, it'll the coil will pull right up towards you. Okay, and we will be removing that coil. Not sure if you can really see it too well. I have other pictures, but this one here is the damaged coil. You can see you should might be able to make it out. There's a little like a bubble, large bubble on that coil right over here. So that's the reason why it's not able to pull the plunger up so that the refrigeration can flow through. So this is a thing where if you take a test here and here with your multimeter, okay, you're gonna you will see 120 volts across there continuously. Now there are points on this NX now that it will get 120 volts continuously until the compressor turns on. Once the it has about a 6 to 9 minute delay, and then the compressor will turn on, and then once the unit is satisfied, the compressor shuts off, and then that 120 volts goes away from here. But in this case, it continued to distribute 120 volts across here. On this other one here, this one didn't have that continuous voltage going to it, but this one did. So that's the reason why if you have continuous 120 volts going to the coil and it burns out like this, it's a good idea to go ahead and um, don't just replace the coil, but replace the coil and that control board because obviously that voltage is coming from direct from that control board. So that's just a little tip for you. And then here I'm moving towards the front just to show how you have to take off your side panels, take your side panels off of both sides, and this will give you access to the screw that's securing this front panel because you will have to take this front panel off to get access to the control board. That's the screw that I was talking about there. It's a little closer view. It's little screw that you just want to take that out. So you could use a slotted screwdriver or a socket, quarter-inch socket, I believe it is, and then get that one out, and then take the other one out on the other side, and then should be able to get access to the circuit board. That's just the other side there that I'm about to take off as well. And as you can see, the data plate right here, it's going to be this information here, this PN, that's for a part number. For those who aren't familiar, as you can see, the part number is right here. This will need to be utilized once you get the new board in. So always try to remember that once you replace a board, you're going to have to input the data plate information into the board, into the new board. So you'll need that part number, and then you will need that serial number, which is right over here. Okay. And then here you can see this is running off of R290. Okay. All your information is right there for you. And this was just this is just me showing you the other screw on the other side that you have to remove in order to get access to the circuit board. Right here is another screw on the bottom. It's a slotted screw that's holding the front uh, bracket in. You have to remove that screw. Sometimes there will be two screws. There's only one in this case. So I'll have to remove that one screw and then pull that front faceplate, front panel off to give access to the circuit board. And here we go. I have access now to that circuit board. This is the old circuit board that I'm going to be replacing out. You can see it has one, two, three terminals connecting to it on the right side, and then on the bottom you can see the ribbon cable that's connecting to the display board up front on the front panel. So you have about four connections that you have to disconnect, and then there's about three screws that are securing the board to the mounting bracket, which you will remove to remove the old circuit board. And that's just showing you there. Right in here is the ribbon cable that's connecting the board to the front display. Here are your three screws that you will remove, two on top and one on the bottom there, and you have a little plastic protector that is also going to be removed and then reinstalled once you put the new circuit board in. Right now I have all of the terminals disconnected, and then I'm going to get ready to remove the board itself. This, I'm just showing you the old board. There's no apparent damage on the board, so it must be an issue um, within the circuitry or within the programming of the board that is causing the continued 120 volts to the refrigeration coil for some reason. Um, I spoke with Bunn, and they really haven't pinpointed why that happens, but they are aware of it. So that's another thing that I will put in this description is the Bunn tech support number, so that you will be able to have that as well to reach out to them anytime you have any issues. And this is just the back side of that circuit board. Again, I see no apparent like burn marks or damage to the board, but just wanted to show you how that looks on both sides there. And then this is the new board that I'm putting into place. Give me a second here. There we go. So that's the new board that I'm putting into place. I have it installed. I'm just gonna reconnect my cables and the ribbon cable and the other terminals. And right here, you can see, make that a little bigger. As you see up here, it says enter machine number. This is where once you get the touchpad connected and then mounted, this is where you'll be able to go in and you'll be able to adjust your part number. This one is ending with 0100, but the one that I'm working on, the part number ends with 0200. So I will be changing that as I go through and showing you the steps for that as well. Right there, I'm just got the getting ready to put the front panel back on. Okay, got the front panel on, and now these these are the buttons that you will use to adjust your part number because you want to enter the part number. Um, in this case, they both start with the same five numbers, 58000, and as you saw earlier, it was 0100, but I changed it to 0200, and you can adjust that number just by hitting the ice button, which corresponds with the plus up here, or the ultra button, which corresponds with the negative, the minus up here. Okay. So you would use these buttons to make your adjustment. And then you would you'll be able to press the center button to enter, and then that will save that number that you put in. And that's just me. I'm getting ready to hit enter to save, or hit gourmet in order to save that and move to the next step in the programming process. So I hit that button, and then it takes you to enter your serial number. So now this is where you will use the information you got off of your data plate. You will use that serial number, and you will input it using your ultra or ice buttons to enter the number. Okay, and when you're entering the number, say if you enter a zero and then you want to go to the next digit, that's where you're going to hit your center button, and then that's going to take you to the next digit, and so on. So that's how you will adjust those numbers to get your serial number put in. And then I will press that center button once I got the serial number put in. And as you can see, that's the serial number that I input. And then it takes you to, once you hit enter, it'll go right to the startup. So both sides are starting up in the off position. And this, I just wanted to show you it's not too good. Sorry about the quality on that picture, but this is just showing you that coil. This is the data plate that's on that coil, that bad coil. So I just wanted to show you that also. That's the that's the new coil that I'm showing you here. That's the new coil that I'm gonna put on. That's the new coil. This is the bad coil. As you can see it a little better from here, where it's damaged and it's bubbly and burn out. And that's what happens when you have a continuous voltage going to that any of those coils. That's what will happen. And more than likely, with these NX units, what I've been finding is that when I have a call that's saying that one side is not freezing, a lot of times that's what's happening. So I always go and take a look at the coils first, just to see if any of them are burnt out like this. And then if it is burnt out, then you can go ahead and use your multimeter to go across those wires that are going to the terminal to check your voltage. See if you have continuous 120 volts going there, because if you do, that's why that coil's burning out. And another thing is, this coil, as you had seen earlier, let me put it up again, that refrigeration coil, you see the part number down at the bottom. When you go to if you talk to Bunn and they're going through the process with you, if they find out that it's the coil, they're going to ask you, they're going to want to confirm with you that you're EPA certified, just to give you a heads up on that. So be prepared to let them know if you're EPA certified or not, because if you're not, they're more than likely going to send the call to someone else that is EPA certified to be sure that they have a EPA certified technician working on the machine. So that's just something to give you a heads up. And the other thing with these is when these coils are burnt out, you don't necessarily have to evacuate that system. Okay, because it's a sealed system, so you don't necessarily have to evacuate the system. You mainly have to just replace this coil. So you can replace this coil without having to evacuate the system. Okay, so just giving you a heads up on that, because you don't want to go through installing access ports and stuff like that and evacuating and then recharging when you really don't have to. You just need to replace the coils. The coil is the issue. The issue is not with the refrigeration, unless you're you're feeling that you have a leak somewhere, and then in that case, you need to use your leak detector to be able to identify that. So just keep that in mind. And then again, that's just showing you a little more of the damage of that coil. And this is the new coil in place. And I've tested across it. And like I said, when you first start these back up, you will have 120 volts going to the coils. Okay. So just remember that you will have that voltage going there. But once the machine starts going and the compressor comes on, after that compressor is satisfied, excuse me, after that compressor is satisfied, it's going to shut off, and then you should no longer have 120 volts across any of these at that point. Okay. So that's just another tip just to let you know. And you can always, if you're having troubles with that, with these NX units, don't hesitate to reach out to tech support. Okay. And then here I'm just reassembling the unit. Here I got it started back up. I have the unit started back up. I have the left side is the side that was not freezing. The right side that was already frozen, so um it still has some thickness to it. So this is why you see the difference on the torque temp. Um, so right now it's freezing down and it's going. I'm just gonna check it out to see how well it freezes down, and it froze down very very well, down to 29 degrees. On the right side I'm at 30 degrees, which is good. And they're gonna have to the hopper is a little low, so my product is not really thick um in there, so they will have to fill up the hopper to fill it up some more. And but as you can see, it is freezing down very well, and it was not freezing down like this before. So I'm satisfied with that, and um, that should be, yeah, that looks like that's all I have on this one, everyone. I really appreciate you all joining me today on this. I know I've been out of the loop for about a week or so. I was a little ill, so right now I'm still recovering and doing well. So I appreciate those who have reached out and sent their best to me. Uh, Now I'm getting my strength back, and I'm getting back into the channel. And I really appreciate you all who have sent your best. So I think that's all we have for now. And I really appreciate you all chiming in. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you viewers, all of the channel subscribers. I appreciate you. My website members, my channel members, thank you so much for your support. And again, welcome to the channel, Alex Mills. I hope this channel is helpful and informative for you, and we look forward to doing more of these videos. If you like these videos, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I really appreciate you all and all of your support. So with that, I'll say take care and stay well, everybody.